What's up, guys? It's Carson back here on Toxic Gaming today with week 1 of the major Pokemon League, the MPL Season 5. We're back for this stuff, going at it again. Last season we got to playoffs and got beaten by some scrub lord. But, no, we got beaten by Greg of the Los Angeles Fables. Good dude, good friend. But this week, for week 1, we are facing Keegan of Keegan Games YouTube and his team, the Maritime, Mantines, and such. As with these videos, is what they're gonna be. There will be this part at the beginning. That'll be basically me running through the teams. My prep was team builders type stuff. There will be us on your screen at some point, an annotation saying where you can click to if you want to just skip ahead to the battle. If you don't really care what the in-depth stuff of what the team is, just want to see how things play out, there will be that for you. But for those of you who will be staying around in the team builder section, as you can see, you'll see on your screen here as well, Keegan's team consists of Landorus, Volcarona, Medicham, Shaman, Suicune, Memebers, Bronzong, Licky, Aromatisse, Dredagon, Whirlipede. So, pretty cool team. His, let me see, what is it? His Lando T is his Ini Z user, and his Volcarona is his offensive Z user. He has a pretty scary offensive, trio there with Lando T, Volcarona, and Mega Medicham. And then a mon like Shaman who can be pretty versatile, and then just fucking bulk going on with Suicune, Memebers, Bronzong, Licky, and then Aromatisse, Dredagon, and Whirlipede can all be bulky in their own rights as well. So it seems like basically his 3 mons that are going to be doing the most offensive pressure would be Lando, Volcarona, Medicham, or the Mega Medicham, with possibilities of Shaman being offensive, and then the rest is just going to be bulk to fill in those around those 3. Now, as you can see on your screen, he decided to bring the Volcarona, Memebers, the Mega Medicham, the Lando, the Licky, and the Shaman. And I'll say this, I'm hella glad I didn't see Bronzong, because I didn't prep too hard for Bronzong. I figured I had enough that would just kind of deal with it. So, I wasn't too ready for that in what I probably could have been, and I was really happy not to be styled on by a Whirlipede week 1. But for our team, as you can see on the screen, we'll start off with Suck It, or Mega Blastoise, with Scald, Ice Beam, Toxic, and Dark Pulse, 252 HP, 140 in special attack, 96 and Calm Natured in special defense, and then 20 in speed. What this kind of went with was I needed something that could, as close as I could, offensively pressure Volcarona and just not give it free setup, and also something that could Toxic it and be able to take a +1 hit and then Toxic it as well. And Blastoise was kind of the one who needed to do that. Plus, I could have Scald burns passed around the team. Like if I'm able to Scald Lando, if he switches that in, scalding the Mega Medicham is very nice. Just overall consistent damage with Scald, and one of the highest 30% chances in the game of getting Scald burns. With Mega Blastoise was going to be really nice, and by pumping a little bit more in special attack, I knew I could get that extra chip damage, or the extra damage that I would need compared to just running a straight bulky set. And I had to put Dark Pulse on here because, like I said earlier, I didn't really prep a whole lot for Bronzong, but Bronzong could basically just completely stall this Mega Blastoise out. It could Toxic me, and I can't Toxic him. I would have to Scald burn him, and with Scald's nerf and everything for damage done over time, wouldn't have been a fun time. So I felt I needed Dark Pulse just to be able to really hit Bronzong in case it was there. That was the main reason for it overall. Next we have San Martino, our Mew, with leftovers, and knockoff Defog Roost and Will-O-Wisp, 252 HP, 216 in defense with an impish nature, 12 in special defense, then 28 in speed. Basically, again with the speed I had on Blastoise and the speed, a little bit of speed invested on a bulky Mew, I kind of forgot from what Keegan was doing with basically with what he would speed creep walls with. And so I was like, okay, if he brings a more offensive Lando, he may not be, he should be faster than my Mew, but for some reason he goes like a more attack and HP invested Lando, like a bulky offensive Lando, then I'll be able to outspeed him, potentially burn it, and that's kind of what I was hoping with. Being able to, again, tossing burns around his team is really nice. The Mew kind of gets dicked over by Volcarona, but I needed something with knockoff. Because I wasn't having Rapid Spin on Blastoise, then I needed something with Defog, and Roost and Willow along with that was going to be really nice. I needed to really knock off Licky's leftovers or whatever item it had to keep it around all that time. Need to knock that off early. Needed to try to knock off an incoming Memebers. Same deal with leftovers. And then a knockoff on the Shaman could definitely give me an insight as to what Shaman said it is. If I knock off a Scarf, I know it's offensive. Knock off leftovers, I know it's probably a single stab, Seed Flare plus 1 coverage move, maybe a Leech Seeding one. Going off that, it just gave me a lot more information to have knock off than to have any other move. Next up, we have our Gengar, Pallbearer, the Gengar, with Choice Scarf and Cursed Body because it's not Levitate anymore. That's really sad. But with Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Focus Blast, and Destiny Bond, with 76 in HP, 252 in special attack, and then 180 with a Timid nature. With this, we could guarantee that we outsped a +1 Volcarona. We knew we could outspeed, at least I knew I could outspeed a pull Volcarona at +1. I didn't have anything to super hit it hard with, but I knew if I could wear it down over the course of the game, I could have Gengar then hopefully revenge kill it. Shadow Ball along with it is just kind of a neutral stab for us. Sludge Wave was it was basically Gengar was here for the very end to be able to pick things off with just Shadow Ball and Sludge Wave. Focus Blast was there in case the Licky Licky was still around towards the end. And then Destiny Bond was going to be like a last minute, I need something to get out of the situation type move. If I have no other options, I have to click this, and then that's what I'm doing. But that's kind of what I want to do with Gengar. I felt the Scarf Gengar could really work well for us, especially with how big of a setup threat Volcarona is. Next we have Alondra Blaze, I can't say the name right, or Audino with Leftovers and Regenerator, Knock Off Wish, Heal Bell, and Protect, 252 in HP, 4 in attack, and why did I put 4 in attack? I just realized I have 4 in attack. Oh, well, okay. And then 252 and Careful Nature and Special Defense. Basically, this Audino was to basically stop, stop Volcarona, and during the course of the battle, I realized I shouldn't have Heal Bell. I should have had Toxic would be a lot nicer, but at the time of building this, I wanted Heal Bell to stop him from doing the same thing to me with the likes of Licky Licky with a Toxic on Memebers. If he was, what was one of the mons I was worried about? If he was Whirlpeed with T-Spikes, I didn't want to have him play those games around me and not have a way to get hazards off, and so at that point I felt like Heal Bell was a little bit more necessary. But again, I could have swapped it off with Toxic last second. I just decided not to for this game. But that's kind of our Audino, just a bulky son of a bitch. Like, that's kind of what Audino is going to be. Then we get into kind of our attackers, with quotes, being our Brahma Bull, the Tapu Bulu, with Assault Vest, and then Wood Hammer, Rock Slide, Superpower, and Nature's Madness. 196 in HP, 252 in attack, and Adamant, and then 60 in speed. I threw a little bit more in speed just in case of any other speed creeps again with any of his slower mons, because he has a lot of bulky mons that he could use to kind of speed creep me, and I wanted to try to get that little bit for Bulu. But then it was basically, I'm going to hit as hard as I can and try to stay alive as long as I can with Tapu Bulu. Be able to take a hit that I shouldn't take, especially from Volcarona. I believe this let me actually take a +1. I think it was like I had a roll to take a +1 Fire Blast from a Volcarona if it was Timid with the Assault Vest. I had a roll to be able to take that, which is saying something. But basically this Bulu is to be able to, if I can get a free switch into Bulu, and he has one of his bulky things still around, namely Licky Licky and namely Shaman, I can Nature's Madness those immediately down to half to where a Wood Hammer would probably kill Licky Licky. And then I believe either Superpower or Wood Hammer, if Grassy Terrain is up, could kill Shaman afterwards. But basically, that's why I wanted to be able to Nature's Madness on the Switch, and then Bulu can pick up the kill. That's what I really want to be able to do, and really wear down his walls quick with Tapu Bulu's Nature's Madness. That was kind of like the cool tech I wanted to use for this. And then finally, we have Daniel Bryan, the GOAT, Cobalion, with Expert Belt. Justified, and then Rock Polish, Hidden Power Ice, Stone Edge, and Iron Head. Didn't pack Fighting Stab on for this one, with 60 in HP, 252 in attack, and then 196 and Hasty Natured. For this one, I was really tempted to pack Close Combat and just do an all-out fucking Rock Polish setup one, but I could see him switching in Lando and getting that Intimidate, threatening me out really hard, even though I have like Grassy Surge to mitigate Earthquakes, still really threatening. And so I wanted to be able to surprise that switch in and quick Hidden Power Ice, either burn a Yachi Berry early, or just simply, if I can get up like 67, I think I did like 60 to 75% to most Landos, unless he's like a full special defensive Lando. But basically, if I could knock that much HP off that Lando T, then I knew I could pick up a kill with Gengar. I know I could then pick up a kill later with Tapu Bulu. Mew then can stall it out a lot easier. Basically, if I can get that surprise Hidden Power Ice, that'd be really nice. And then with the Rock Polish as well, I'll be faster. And then Volcarona can't just come in and then set up on me. I can knock it out with the Stone Edge. I'm faster than what do you call it? Oh, with base 108 speed, I am faster than fucking Mega Medicham as well. And I'll be faster than like a Scarf Shaman or a Scarf Lando. So that's why I really wanted that Rock Polish, just to be able to get either early game damage and early pressure, or finish things off by getting a free setup turn. That's kind of what I want to do with Cobalion. Basically, he and Bulu are my two power hitters. Gengar is kind of the revenge killer. Blastoise is just a bulky wall that can hopefully toss a Toxic or two around, and then my bulky attacker more than a bulky wall. And then the walls I have are Mew and good old Audino. So hopefully this is going to work out well, and you guys can be able to see that here in the upcoming battle and stuff. So it'll be right here for you. Alright guys, we're getting into the battle here and stuff. We're going to be challenged by him, do all that kind of weird shit. He's going to actually send out the Volcarona first. I'm guessing he was assuming I was going to lead Mew and get a free Quiver Dance early. I wanted to bring out Blastoise first to get a Mega early and then just quick damage on something that came in. Really glad I led Blastoise because he's going to switch out immediately and go into Shaman. Probably expecting a Scald, but at this point, I did quick Scald after Mega Evolving. I didn't need to try to risk a prediction, have him stay in and set up, and meanwhile I'm Ice Beaming a fucking Volcarona. So I just kind of went for the safe Scald play. I could have Toxicked, but really at this point, Toxicking a natural Curemon wouldn't have fucking mattered. But I figured if I could just get damage on something, maybe catch a burn, that'd be really nice. He now pulls another switch out, really a lot of switching this game, into his Mega Medicham. I'm guessing assuming my switch out, as I will, because then he won't be worried about taking a burn damage. And I go into Tapu Bulu. And here, doing the calcs and everything, looking at Bulu versus Mega Medicham, I was like, okay, he can't knock me out with an Ice Punch or Fire Punch, but he can fake out and knock me out. So I needed to switch on out of there and go into my Mew, which could hard wall 99% of what he could do to me here. And you're going to see, I'm very fucking happy that I switched out of Tapu Bulu, because I was expecting a fake out plus Ice Punch, fake out, and then Fire Punch. He goes for Poison Jab, and I'm like, okay, I would have straight up fucking died. Would have killed 1.5 Bulus with my spread and everything, so I'm so glad I swapped out there. Really, really happy that I decided not to just leave Bulu in, assuming a fake out. But here, he's actually going to switch out again, going into his Licky, and I decided just quick knockoff, because anything, he wouldn't want to stay in, I felt, against me, so anything I can get an item off, perfect going. I get this Licky's item off of it, which was leftovers, and that's what I was thankful I got this item off here. And I did something here that was a little risky, and I wanted to try to see if I could maybe get a jump on the game, jumpstart some things. I assumed the reason he brought in this Licky was to either Toxic me or to knock off my item. Either way, I go into my Cobalion here, and I could get a justified boost, an attack boost, and get a free Rock Polish switch, or Rock Polish setup if I wanted to, or he would have Toxic and failed. He goes for the knockoff, I get a justified boost. So sure, I lose my E-Belt, which really sucks, but I get an attack boost here, which is really critical, because right now he's probably doing the calcs at +1. Without an E-Belt set and everything, I can knock him out with close combat. So he's going to switch out with his Licky here as well. He goes into his Mandibuzz, I would guess assuming in close combat, but I'm not too certain. I went for Hidden Power Ice, guessing that this was going to be when the Lando would come in instead of the Mandibuzz. Still doing super effective damage. I mean, it works. Like, it works for me. I'm not too certain. I'm not like mad at myself for making that play. I just it was kind of a thing. I expected Lando instead. So here I just go for Stone Edge. I could 2-hit KO him from this range normally, and we do a hell of a lot of damage. And he went for Toxic here. I'm guessing he may have thought I was going to switch out on a Whirlwind. I'm not too certain, but I realized I was just free to Stone Edge again. Anything coming in is taking a +1 Stone Edge damage, or this thing was dead, and he ended up knocking out the Mandibuzz. Here he goes out into the Medicham, and I'm thinking, okay, he's either going to be faster than to fake me out, or I'm going to get Iron Head damage off on him. Like, there's really not much he could do. And he goes for the Zen Headbutt. I was expecting a fighting move, and I was like, okay, I'm going to play a little risky, get as much damage as I can, and by him clicking Zen Headbutt instead of fighting move, I got a huge damage with Iron Head, and here I'm free to click another Iron Head as I'm guaranteed faster than this thing, and now I get extra damage on this Shaman, which the way he brought the Shaman in, I expected Scarf, so I immediately popped on out of here. I didn't want to take a Scarf Earth Power and lose my Cobalion, even though I could have like knocked him out with another Iron Head. He went for the Earth Power, so here I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that's a Scarf Shaman. He was ready to, get that kill and make me kind of want to stay in because I knew I could outspeed it if it wasn't Scarfed. I'm glad I went into Audino here just because it could soak up anything the Shaman wanted to do. Now he switches out with the Shaman, going back into the Volcarona, and this was the point in the match where I wished I had, instead of Heal Bell, well, ironically I wished here, but I wish instead of I had Heal Bell, I would have had Toxic, because now I could have completely Toxic stalled this Volcarona with Audino. There's nothing Volcarona could really do to me that I couldn't stay alive for. He gets his free setup here. I wasn't too sure what he was going to do. I just knew I kind of thought I had to knock off his item. I didn't want him to have the Rock Berry and later on survive a Stone Edge that should kill. I didn't want him to have a Water Berry or whatever. He ended up having a Lum Berry. So if I would have had Toxic, it would have been a wasted fucking turn. So I'm so glad I knocked off, and this allows later down the line for something else to happen as I go into my Blastoise here, knowing I can take 2 hits. I can take 2. That's all I wanted to do. And he actually sets up another Quiver Dance here, getting to +2. Now I'm like, okay, I should be able to still take 1 hit. I should still be able to take 1. And he goes for the Giga Drain, and I'm like, okay, please God, be able to take 1 hit. And Mega Blastoise does, thanks to our investment, and we're able to take that 1 Giga Drain, hell of a lot of damage, and we do get the Toxic off. So thankfully, knocking off the Lum Berry, then getting the Toxic on was really crucial to wearing down this Volcarona. Here, I wasn't too excited about him either just setting up again or getting like huge damage against Audino and just setting up fully. So I kind of just let him kill my Blastoise. I probably shouldn't have. This probably shouldn't have been the best way of just losing Blastoise like this. But I didn't want him to like hit Audino so hard and then be able to just set up and do all that against me when I couldn't really do anything back to him at that point. But now I bring in Audino because I got a free switch in. I was going to be at full health, and now he may not know I can fully Toxic Stall him here. I decided not to go for Protect here. I was close about clicking it, but I clicked Wish instead. I didn't know if he was going to keep setting up because he's already set up twice technically on me before I switched out. So I wasn't too sure what he was really going to try to do. So instead of clicking Protect on a setup turn, I ended up taking a lot of damage and clicking Wish instead. Not my proudest moment, but here I click Protect because I need to get that Wish back. I can't pass it into anybody taking +2 Bug Buzzes from this thing. I need to Toxic Stall down this Volcarona. And thankfully, he stays in and Bug Buzzes on my Protect. Get my Wish back. I get my leftovers. And I know now I can live another Bug Buzz from him. I can get another little round of Toxic on. I know I can live with Audino here. He's actually going to swap this turn, not letting Toxic get him. I believe after this turn, he might have gone all the way down and died. Either that or it would have been really, really low. And he decides to go into the Lando instead. Wasn't too sure at all what this Lando is. First time we saw it, so I wished on this turn. I knew I could take the Bug Buzz, so I knew I could get at least a Wish up and get more Toxic Stalling and stuff with it. But when I saw this Lando here, I was tempted to switch into Tapu Bulu. But I kind of didn't want to have a Z-Fly situation, have me lose Lando or lose Bulu. So I went into Mew. I knew I could take whatever he was going to do. He went for the Earthquake instead. I was like, okay, I can take this, no problem. I'm getting my Wish back. I can roost off any damage. I can burn him. I can knock off his item. I can do whatever I need to do. The Z-Fly's in the back of my head, but I wasn't too certain what he was going to do here. But he actually switched out, goes back into the Lickitung. And this was the play, I think, where I Willowed. Yeah, I Willowed here, and hopefully to be faster and burn before the Z move or before setup or anything. Ended up burning the Lickitung. Not too mad, as if this Lickitung was Explosion. I'd help myself. But here, I was kind of confused with what to do now again, but I decided to switch out and go into Tapu Bulu. I knew he had knockoff, but I wasn't too certain what he was going to do at this point. I get my Grassy Surge back up. Yay! Get that nice little colorful stuff, and he actually pulls the double this turn, going back out into Lando. And I know right here I have a perfect opportunity. Yeah, I'm intimidated. Yeah, don't care. I have an opportunity here to click, or to switch out here. I go back out into Mew. Still worried about the Z-Fly. Not the opportunity I'm thinking about yet. And here comes the Z-Fly. I was very, very tempted right there to have the opportunity to click what was it called? Nature's Madness, expecting another switch out, him not wanting to stay in on me. But at the same time, Z-Fly was in the back of my head. And as we see, it is a Z-Fly Lando. Super happy I switched out. Like, I was very tempted not to, and we can see Mew, bulky fucking Mew, can still take a Z-Fly from, I'm guessing, an offensive Lando, a fully offensive Lando. I can't remember. He sent me his sets, but I don't remember exactly what they are on the top of my head right now. But I know I can take any moves from this thing now. Earthquake's mitigated. I can simply Roost. I don't have to worry. And here I actually found out with Roost, I wasn't too certain. I thought he was going to be a more speedy and offensive Lando. And here I found out I'm actually faster. So even with his U-turn, I know next time it's Mew versus Lando, I know I can burn him before he U-turns out or does anything else. So I know I can do that for later. He goes into the Shaman, probably by this point guessing that I can't touch him with anything. That I mean, I can knock off his item. What's that really going to do? I can burn him. He's natural cure. Like, there's not much that I can do with this Mew to Shaman. It's kind of annoying, but it's what I got to do. And I decided to switch out here. I didn't really want to take a Leech Seed or a Seed Flare, anything really bad. And I pulled a kind of a risky thing. I didn't think he was going to have Air Slash, or if he did have it, he wasn't going to go for it here. He actually showed me Synthesis, which made me start thinking, okay, this is probably a either a mono like Seed Flare one with support moves, or it's just dual offensive moves, Seed Flare and a coverage, and then Synthesis and probably Leech Seed. He decided to switch out here into Licky Licky, and here was the opportunity I was happy for. I went for the Nature's Madness here, knowing that whatever came in was going to be able to get chunked down the HP, and I'm so happy I chunked down Licky Lickies. Like, it was a point that I was like, okay, fuck yeah, this Licky Licky will be dead next turn thanks to Wood Hammer or Superpower. It was a thing of toss-up between either one of them for killing, and I decided to just go for the Wood Hammer. Like, the grassy terrain was gone, so it wasn't fully boosted, but it was still a kill from this range. I could have gone for Superpower, but I didn't really want to weaken myself. I wanted to be able to, if I needed to, stay in and do some damage. But now he goes into the Mega Medicham, and I know he has Poison Jab right now, so I can't stay in here at all. He knows that and is going to pull a double back into Shaman. And I was really interested. I was like, oh my god, okay. I'm starting to now get a little bit predicted that I have to be switching out. He knows I have to go into Mew because it walls his Medicham. I can't touch the Shaman. What the fuck's going to happen now? I was ready for him to start Leech Seeding and just weakening Mew down a hell of a lot more. And here, he swaps out. Like, okay, there's so much swapping going this game. I feel like I'm in a goddamn swap meet. And he goes into the Lando. Wasn't expecting Lando switch in. I wasn't really ready for that. I just went for the knockoff. I figured if I could take whatever hits Shaman was going to go for and make it lose its item, perfect. Lando was not going to lose the Z-Crystal, so it's just a little chip damage. But here I know I'm faster, so I'm able to go for the Will-O-Wisp on, I'm guessing, of his U-turn, just so he can get damage, and I'm landing it. Thank God I can land a Will-O-Wisp, and able to burn this thing. He sets up Stealth Rocks. I have Defog. I don't care. Like, I don't care whatsoever. I have Defog. It doesn't matter. I'm free really this turn to Defog here. I'm okay with anything coming in. If the Volcarona comes in, I have some things in the back for it. I can go and keep Toxic Stalling it. Here he does switch out, goes back into the Shaman. We're just kind of having a weird little Shaman Mew off here, base 100 Mew off. But I'm gonna Defog, get those rocks away, get them fucking out of here. I don't want them here. They're not welcome. Not on my doorstep. I don't want that. But I'm in kind of a predicament. I have to kind of click knockoff again. I need this Shaman's item gone to really kind of do anything for it, and he goes right for the Healing Wish. And at this point, I started crapping myself a little bit, and holy hell, I'm thinking, oh my god, he's gonna fucking heal up his Volcarona. I'm fucked. Like, at this point, like, I think I've lost this game. Like, this Volcarona being toxic was vital to winning this. Like, that was so vital to winning this, to have this thing weakened and toxic. And now it's not, so I'm scared here. I decided to swap out. I went into Bulu, kind of not my smartest switch, but I knew that after a turn of grassy terrain, I had like the smallest chance. If he's Fire Blast, I have a chance for him to miss. I figured he was going to Quiver Dance, but if he's Fire Blast, I have a chance for him to miss. If he hits, I have a small chance of living. And if he's Timid, and if he's Flamethrower Timid, I should live. Like, I should live from this area of health, and I quick Rock Slide to kill him. He goes for the Flamethrower. I know it's going to hit. You know it's going to hit. And it completely wipes out Bulu. turns out he was modest instead of timid, so it wasn't a roll there. I thought it was, but at the time, it wasn't a roll, and I went out here into Gengar because I'm like, oh my god, I have Destiny Bond. Why the fuck didn't I do this before? Like, when you see the threat, use it. And I'm so lucky, I quick Destiny Bond here. I knew I had to, and he does go for the flamethrower to knock me out. He told me like he was like strongly debating clicking Quiver Dance there just in case of Destiny Bond, but maybe the way like I brought in Bulu first, then brought in a Gengar, he might have thought I didn't have it. I'm not too certain. All I know is we got rid of the fucking Volcarona, and now I'm free to come in here with Mew and Lando, and basically like this part is gonna kind of drag on a little bit because I thought he still, like I said, I thought he still had one more Pokemon, so I was kind of confused as what to do here. I wasn't too like ready for everything, but I went into Audino to kind of like wish up a Mew back, kind of just waste some turns. Basically, at this point, I have 3 Mons in Audino, Mew, and Cobalion, and if I get a wish back into Cobalion, I should be fine to win this game from now. And there should be nothing else on his team that can really do anything. I believe like one more turn of burn damage and he would have been in HP Ice range with the extra belt. Forgot I didn't have the extra belt, so he wouldn't have been in foil range. But he does U-turn here, going out into his Mega Medicham. I'm guessing a fighting move's coming, so I decided to wish that turn just to be able to pass into whatever I needed to. And here I'm still like I'm full on guessing fighting move. There's nothing in my mind that says he doesn't go for a fighting move here. I don't see him going for the poison jab. I don't see him going for the Zen headbutt. I see like straight up drain punch, high jump kick. One of those two is coming my way. And so I decided here to switch out rather than protect and like worry if he's gonna miss high jump kick. I decided just to switch out. I knew I could live whatever the hit was with Mew. Go into Mew and he goes for the poison jab here. And I had the thought during the game, like, fuck, if I would have gone into Cobalion, would have been immune to the poison jab and got Cobalion healed back up to where I could have just won with Cobalion. But he's going to go for the Zen headbutt here and get almost no damage on Mew. I mean, that's a Mega Medicham, and this is a Mew. Like, what's the Zen headbutt going to do to him? But I do get to go for knockoff because it's my only real form of damage. I could have burned. I'm just going to knock off a Mega. Why not? But basically, this is what it's going to be. Just him Zen headbutting me. I believe he might have been just going for a few flinches, but I'm not certain what else it would have been, just besides he knew at this point this Medicham was pretty much gone. I either burned him and he was gone, I roosted and just stalled out, or I knocked off and he was gone. Either way. But from this half of the match, I did actually, like in the back of my head during this game, I still thought Shaman was around. I completely forgot that it fucking killed itself to Healing Wish. Like, I still in the back of my head, even though it comes up on the screen, there's one Pokeball there, I'm like, okay, he still has Shaman in the back. I can't just go into Audino. I need that in case Shaman comes in. I can't just go into Cobalion. I need that. Like, it was so much like I need for Shaman that I ended up just staying in with Mew here and rotating between Roost, Knockoff, and yeah, Roost and Knockoff. Pretty much that's it. He did get a crit Earthquake there. Didn't do anything from you, as you can see. But I will actually speed up here because basically the ending of this, with me thinking that Shaman was in the background, I just spam Knockoff and Roost and rotate it around. So it's basically him just dying to burn and dying to knock off damage at this point. I just wanted to speed this up because this takes, like, I think like 4 or 5 turns, it seems like. And I don't want to put you guys through all that. But, like, again, winning this 3-0 against Keegan, like, it was a big thing from last season that I wanted to win against him last season, and we couldn't do it. And to pull it back out this season, I'm very happy with how I played the game. I don't really know if, like, I think losing my Blastoise that early kind of wasn't the best move in the world, when I probably could have just gone into Audino and, you know, saved a turn or two, saved some damage. I mean, I basically took the damage anyway. Like, it was a toss-up to me in my head. At the time, I didn't really know which one was going to be the best. We got a crit knockoff there at the end just for, you know, style points, but it was going to take that long anyway. But basically, that was one play I was really unsure about for myself making, just letting him die. I felt he could have been more useful in taking down Lando, possibly Toxicking again with Volcarona after the Healing Wish had happened. Stuff like that. Maybe losing Blastoise early wasn't the best option. And playing with, like, the Bulu got a really cool kill combo with Nature Power and Wood Hammer, but then just sacking it off on a risky roll against a +1 Volcarona. Like, I had a lot more risk there than I needed to. I should have just gone right into Gengar and did the D-Bond thing. If you would have, if you would have quivered on the D-Bond, either the one that happened in the game, or if I would have switched in first and kept Bulu, if you would have quivered on that D-Bond, I would have lost straight up. It was at that point that, like I said earlier in the pregame stuff, in case you skipped it, I said that basically because I had Heal Bell on Audino and not Toxic, I couldn't straight 1v1 the Volcarona. If I would have had Toxic on that as well, I could have, and that would have been like my hard stop to Volcarona, and it would have been a lot better in my opinion for a good hard stop against that Volcarona. Sadly, wasn't the case, but we were able to pull it out. He told me himself, like, he wasn't very happy how he kind of played right into the Destiny Bond's hands. That's the point where the battle shifted into my favor, and really, if I didn't win out there, it was going to be a massive choke. So, that's when the battle really shifted. It was really tight early on, and good fucking game to Keegan. I'm really happy we won week 1 and everything. Started off strong. We got to the playoffs last season. Hopefully we can get back there. We started off good with a 1-0 and a nice, or 3-0 victory. First victory of the season, 1-0 record, whatever. But still, good game to him. Check out his links and everything down below and see his side of the battle. See what he thought about the whole D-Bond situation. All that stuff. Go check him out. And check out as well all the other coaches for the MPL down in the description as well. They're all having battles come up, I believe, around different times today. If they're not up today, they're late for a reason, but they will be coming. So go check out all their links as well in the description. And if you enjoyed the video, enjoyed the battle, and want to be, a fan of the Chicago Bewears and stuff, go ahead and click like on the video and subscribe for more as well. These will be coming out, I believe, every Thursday is the schedule that we're having for uploads. So look for these for Thursdays. If for some reason you guys decide that you want the team builders as a separate video, I'll put them up on Wednesdays, but let me know in comments as well down below for if you would like that instead and just have these be the battles and Wednesday have team builders beforehand. But besides that, I'm gonna get up out of here. So thank you guys for coming out. I'm Carson, this is Toxic Gaming, and as always, you guys stay toxic. We'll see you guys.